Hey there, fellow classic comic collectors. As always, I'm Scott Harris King, and it's a snowy, wintry day out, so I've got my winter hat on. Just went out to the mailbox and found this waiting for me. Yes, it's a big package of romance comics coming to me straight from the heart of Romance on Earth, beautiful Canada. So I just got these in. It's a whole lot of romance comics that I recently purchased from someone on the CGC forums, and what I'm going to do is I'm going to just open this pack of comics right now, and we're going to look at them all together. I thought this would be a nice haul video to just do another pure romance. I am buying some things these days that are a little bit outside of the romance genre, but my focus is still on romance. And so I was really excited to get this lot on the CGC forums. There are always people selling lots of great stuff, and this seller had a ton of great romance books. I only bought a fraction of the romance comics he had for sale because, of course, there's a bunch of other people buying them too. But eventually I buckled down and I picked up some really nice romance comics. Some of these are mid-grade, some of them are higher grade actually, which is unusual for my collection. It's sort of a mix of grades, but yeah, there are some nice higher grade books in here, which is something that's a little out of the ordinary for me in my collection. But the price is right, and I'm getting to the point on some of these, particularly in the Bronze Age and late Silver Age, where it's starting to make sense for me, rather than to buy a big lot of a bunch of cheap issues, to start paying a little bit more for the specific ones I need, because I'm finding with the lots I'm getting, sometimes now if I get like a big lot, I'll end up with half of them being doubles. And while that's not like a big deal, it's just easier for me. And it's just starting to make more sense financially for me to just buckle down and get the ones I need. So I'm just going to quickly sort these into titles. In case they're not. Actually, I think they're already sorted. Oh, look at this. That's great. Okay, so we're just going to jump right in. Here we start with Falling in Love, number 101, and it's a really nice copy. Really nice. Really clean. There is a crease across the corner here that only barely breaks the color. You can see it better if you hold it at an angle. But it's just a really beautiful, really nice copy here. Let me just, my computer screen just lit up and it's getting a glare. So I'm just going to real quickly, get rid of that. All right, so then we have here, it is Girls Love Stories, number 116. I think it doesn't say it on the cover, but I think this is the last of the April O'Day Hollywood Starlet stories that ran in this series. And April O'Day has the white hair, and I think this is the last issue. I could be wrong about that, but really cool cover. There's a little bit of foxing, spotting along the edge here, but again, a really nice mid-grade copy. It looks really good. Girls Love Stories 127, another really nice looking copy. Here we are in the lozenge era with the go-go checks. And the cover design is starting to change a little bit. Which we can really see here in 134. John Rosenberger does some really cool covers around this period. Big heads. I almost said that with the last cover. I'm like, the heads are starting to get bigger. Well, we really see this a few issues later. Big head, big dramatic head in the shadows. And the woman's on a phone call, and the person's saying, "Don't believe him, Ellie. He doesn't love you. He never has." Dun, dun, dun. The lozenge has gotten smaller. Girls Love Stories 146. Big dramatic head. You've got to decide. One of us has to go. I can't. I don't know which one of you I love. Well, In that case, maybe you should ditch both of them. Just an idea. This one has a long crease on it, but we got a new logo. I'm always a fan of the half frames, and nice white cover. Okay, now we're switching to girls' romances. This looks like number 114. Really nice looking mid-grade copy. It's got some grease pencil here. It almost looks like someone was doing some math, but I don't think so. I think it's an arrival date. It says 25/11/65. It's interesting. Looks to me like this might have been a British import because of the way the date's written, because I think that's an arrival date of November 25th, 1965, but it's written as though it was from Europe. I don't see any kind of stamp on it. That's curious. Maybe it was a European person running like a newsstand here in the U.S. Girls' Romances 134. I thought I already had this, but I'm sure if I did, this is a significant upgrade, because look at the beautiful colors on this. Really nice condition. It's got a little bit of a crunch. Actually, now that I'm looking at it, it looks like there was an issue with the shipping, because a number of these have a crunched corner. And in most of the cases, the board absorbed all of it. But this actually got just a tiny bit of crunch, which is weird because the packaging on this was immaculate. So I'm not quite sure how that happened, but really great cover. Yeah, there's a corner ding on a lot of these, and in some of them it has impacted the book. It's minor. It's always frustrating when that happens, because obviously the book was in slightly better condition before. But anyway, they're still really nice. I'm not going to complain too much about that. Heartthrobs, number 91, very nice copy. 12 center. It's actually not as nice as it looks like on a technical level. There's actually a subscription crease, looks like, or something close to one. But the creasing is very faint, so it doesn't really affect the way it looks, and it feels, I can just tell from the feel of the book that it's a really tight book. Here's what I'm really excited about. This actually seems to have like a legit subscription crease, which I kind of like. I don't actually like subscription creases, but I like the fact that someone had a subscription of a book like this, which is particularly weird because this is only the third DC issue. It's Young Love, number 41. It is a Mary Robin registered nurse story, which means I'm now just missing one of the Mary Robin registered nurse issues, issue number 40. And I just looked on eBay for this last night, and there aren't any copies currently available, but I'm going to keep looking. I'll get one at some point. I really dig the logo here. It's really striking with the black, with the yellow. This looks to me to be like a classic John Romita DC romance cover. Very excited for that. Here's another Young Love. I just really like this era with the logos and stuff. This is right after the Mary Robin run, and it is number 53. Really nice mid-grade copy. These are much nicer than the ones I usually get. Like all these really shiny, great colors, like tight books. You know, a lot of these are like in the 5, 6, 7 area, even some a little bit higher. Usually I'm dealing with books that are like a 4. So these are really sharp. 54 got the next issue. Really beautiful colors. It's probably a 6.5. I mean, maybe higher. It's got some stress on the spine, but look at this. Just look at it. Oh, it's so beautiful. It's just really great. I'm really excited. 58. Here we got Go Go Chex Young Love. They changed their logo to this logo, and at this period it's in a little box. What happens is then when they get rid of this logo, they loosen up and they get this funky logo, and then they get an even funkier logo, and then they go back to this for a little while, but it's much larger. But anyway, here we are. He's saying, there's actually there's a loose like flake or something, I think, inside. Or maybe that's just weird coloring on his nose. That's weird. Anyway, sorry, I keep getting distracted by my own cool comics. He's saying, if you love me, say it. Tell me so. And she's thinking, I don't dare tell you because every time I opened up my heart, I lost the one I love. Oh, no. Should you tell a man how you really feel about him? A frank lesson in love story. I'll never say I love you again. 61. Just really, really nice. Look at the colors on these. So excited with this collection. This is so great. I'm kicking myself a little for not buying even more of them. I kind of waited on that one. There's so many. There's like a feeding frenzy. I really don't like to get involved with that. So kind of everybody bought the other ones that they wanted. And these were actually the ones that were left over that nobody else bought, which is crazy considering how nice they are. But I'm really excited because, you know, this is a fairly significant batch of Young Love issues that I needed, and in nice shape too. And now finally we got Young Romance number 139. I think this is right after the end of the Bonnie Taylor Stewardess stories. I want to say that either that ended the previous issue, or it's possible there's a story in here, but she's not on the cover, because that happened with several of these DC features when they phased them out around this time. They stopped sort of hyping on the cover. There's a couple April O'Day stories where, in Girls Love Stories, where she's not on the cover, but she's on the interior. I think the last Mary Robin registered nurse in Young Love, she's not on the cover of that, and so there might be a Bonnie Taylor airline stewardess story in here, but it might have ended the previous issue. Either way, just really dig this era, this look, so cool. And then finally, this one's got a bunch of tape stuck to the back of it. That's what all the stuff hanging on is. Here is Young Romance number 160, where they went to this logo. And I wonder who the artist is in this. Look at the super duper thin woman here. Very different line quality. Got the pattern on the thing here. I wonder if this is it Rick Estrada? I'll have to look this up. The guy that did the Falling in Love 99 cover. There's certain elements of this that remind me of that. Although the man to me almost looks like a the man almost looks to me like a J. Scott Pike man, but the rest of it doesn't look anything like Pike to me. So I'll have to look into that. But my gut tells me that the person who did Falling in Love 99 may have drawn the female figure and the rug on this one. So there you have it. There's my batch of mid to high grade Canadian romance comics. Very excited for that. You know, that maybe that's the explanation for that one with the European date on it. I don't know. Maybe it was in Canada. Maybe there was someone in Canada that put the date on that. So now I feel it wasn't intentional that I was wearing my hockey hat, but this is a shout out to all of beautiful Canada and all your beautiful romance comics and your beautiful love of hockey. I'm trying to think off the top of my head if there are any hockey themed romance comics. I'm sure there must be a couple. But anyway, thanks very much for joining me for this one. Next time I'll have another batch of back issues. I don't know whether it'll be a store visit or whether it'll be stuff off of eBay at this point. I don't know what it's going to be, but thanks for watching, and I'll see you next time.